Pennsylvania, the Keystone State. Yet could it also be the keystone to unlocking many of the unknown mysteries? In this show, we'll be discussing all of the haunts, local legends, and unknown phenomena that have happened right here in our very own backyard. I'm your host, Matt Boyer, a senior investigator in the paranormal field.
And I'm Jacob Bacasa, a junior investigator.
And this is Unearthing the Unknown. Just like the famous story of the Phantom of the Opera in Paris, France, spirits haunt many different theaters around the world, including the one here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. Join us as we tell the story of the spirits of the Palace Theater.
Boyer, why do you keep bringing me out when it's like freezing cold?
Hey man, I told you, you're gonna have to experience cold when dealing with the paranormal.
Yeah, but I'd rather experience cold in like short bursts, like when they get you. Alright, please, go on.
So we're actually back on location. You're back.
I'm back, hello.
Yeah, he needed his nice little break. We are actually right now down in Greensburg again, and we are actually just around the corner from City Hall and the courthouse and everything. Yes, there are cars.
See it, like, I think it's like over there somewhere.
No, it's right over there.
It's over there.
Yeah, we're literally standing right in front of
I don't have a sense of direction.
No, you don't. But as you guys will see, there are cars coming right behind us because we're standing on the side of the road. I know, such a great place.
Yeah, and also, again, another very astute observation from
I know, right? Anyhow, behind us is known as the Palace Theater here in Greensburg. It is actually almost 100 years old, Jake.
Ooh.
So this is still an active theater. As you can kind of see right now, they are doing some kind of renovations to the front doors. That's why the big tarp and the humming noise.
It's very loud. So if you hear a humming noise in the background, it's coming from over there.
That and also,
yeah,
and the cars. Anyhow, so why we're here is because the Palace Theater is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in Greensburg.
On a different note, actually, because like you say that, like it's amazing to me that like such a populated space just has like this plot in the middle of it where it's like, yeah, there's ghosts in there.
Oh yeah,
It's just spooky.
I mean, there's probably definitely a lot of stories with the courthouse, and City Hall,
I mean,
and stuff
probably,
like that.
but like I don't expect like a populated space by ghost stories, so to speak.
Let's clear the idea right now. This is an actual like theater.
Yeah,
this isn't like a movie theater, but this is like an old-fashioned stage theater. No, we are not talking about the Phantom of the Opera.
I was just saying more of the Muppet Show, but like, Phantom of the Muppet Show. There's
Okay, all because Sesame Street is playing here on March 12th does not mean anything.
I hate you. Let's get on with it.
Yeah, so, because it's almost 100 years old, it'll be 100 years old next year in 2026.
Poser.
Yeah, I know. There is actually a lot of different stories that have come out of this place. And so I'm going to give a brief overview, and then we will try and get away from all the traffic. So first off, these were all told to CBS News Pittsburgh 2 years ago. So this is where I did all my research from, was from CBS News.
Thank you, CBS.
Yeah, I know, right? So this is what it is. According to multiple staff members and also visitors here, there are many stories about people sitting in the lodge area, L-O-G-E. I'm guessing that's maybe like the front area here. I've never been inside the palace before. I don't know if you have.
I've never even heard of a lodge.
Yeah. So, lodge, however you want it. L-O-G-E. Yeah. Anyhow, they've been sitting in this place, and they have actually been hearing voices. Now, it could just be one or two people, and maybe nobody else is in the theater, and still they'll be hearing, just these random voices.
Off in the ether.
Yeah. Well, unbodied voices, yeah. So they'll be hearing that. Allegedly, dressing room 6, so they got a bunch of dressing rooms in the back, and dressing room 6 is said to be the most haunted one of them all. What it is, there have been multiple people who have gone into dressing room 6, that's where they would be preparing for their show, and they have felt a very cold, like almost a cold like what you're feeling tonight. Inside that room.
Very apt.
Yeah, except it's not a external cold, but they feel pretty much like this cold go up their spine. It's an internal cold that they're feeling, as if something has come into that room and taken over.
That feels very invasive.
Yes, I know. But they've also felt like there is some unknown entity in that room that is trying to push them out. almost like a pressure that will not allow them to be in that room for very long. People have said that they.
Sorry, I just imagine like the room saying like, "No, no, get out."
Well, it's not.
I know it's not the.
I know. I
it's a
know.
funny thought.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But pretty much what this is, it's some kind of feeling as if they are being thrown out, that something does not want them there. Yeah, I mean, for all we know, something might come up on.
Brother Myolis are butts.
Well, maybe not Brother Miles, but yeah. So people say that they have felt this kind of pressure just take over the room, and like I said, it's an internal pressure, like as if it was inside of them trying to force them out, whether that's out of their bodies and to join them on the spiritual plane, on the paranormal plane, or if it's them actually trying to be pushed out of the room. But that has happened. People have even stated that they have seen spiritual apparitions in this room. Whether I don't know if it's like a full body apparition or if it's just a half or what they were kind of seeing, but people have been seeing some kind of figure.
I'm picturing something in my mind that does not.
They may have even, whether that, they actually saw like a face or, maybe something in the mirror of the dressing room, maybe even a shadow figure. I mean, I would not be surprised with a place like this that you might have a shadow figure or two. Still not the Phantom of the Opera. I'm gonna make that joke all night.
Are shadow people in the sense that we know, like?
That is a very good question, and something you guys have to stay tuned for a future episode on.
All right. I was gonna ask, like, do we want, like, just with that, like, the thought of shadow people, if we want to expand upon the idea of, like,
dark spirit, pretty much.
Okay. We'll go into that more in
Yeah.
detail. I just wanted to ask that question.
It's
for mistake.
pretty much a corrupted soul that's gone on to the darker side of the paranormal plane. So it's not in love and light. It's in the darkness. But
Okay.
I'll tell some stories about that in the future. Anyhow,
Okay.
besides for the dressing room 6 and the lodge area, there are a couple of chairs in the venue as well. So this is not like actually in the theater. This is in just outside, like the lobby area, the venue area of the lobby, where sorry, lost my place here.
No, you're fine.
If you're sitting in these red chairs, sometimes you would almost feel, just like the dressing room, that you're being obligated to vacate these chairs, that you would not be allowed to sit there or be in this area, that people are pushing away, as if spirits are still waiting to enter the theater to see a show or some kind
I'm
of...
just thinking, like, they're just sitting in their seats, like, what are you doing in my seat, man? Get out.
No, so these spirits have such... From what I'm able to put together, and just from while we were walking around it, I was even able to get kind of a good feeling of this, that these spirits are still so active here, that they are wanting to still perform, that they are still wanting to see shows. So they have such a strong energy because this is most likely a place that they enjoyed or something that meant much.
If there are performing ghosts in there, like, if we ever come back, I'd be down.
This is not like the...
I'd be down to see a ghost show.
This is not like the Boo Brothers at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland.
You lost me on that one, but all right.
You've never been to Disneyland.
I've been to Disney. I've just never been
The
to...
Boo Brothers. Come on, you've never heard of them?
I don't think I've been...
I'll show you a clip later.
All right.
Wow. You've never been on the Haunted Mansion. Wow.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, getting back with it. Yeah, so there is a strong energy there from people who used to perform or people who used to come here. This meant a lot to a lot of different people, whether that was recurring guests or actors, actresses, singers, anything like that. So, of course, I can see that this place and many other places, I mean, for instance, Heinz Hall down in Pittsburgh is said to be very haunted with kind of the same activity and energy. But speaking on spirits still being present, we actually have an account from a person who works here who said that she was walking in one of the hallways on the upper level, so in the balcony area, and she saw a figure sitting about 3 rows back in the balcony, and he looks like he was old-fashionedly dressed. He was in a 3-piece pinstripe suit, and just like how his hair was done, his facial hair, he looks like he was from maybe like the 20s or 30s. And she saw him there, and this is way before, like this was before a show was supposed to happen that night, but this was before the doors opened, so nobody should have been in the theater at that time. And so she's thinking, how's this guy get in here? And
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Could you please leave?
Well, that's what she's thinking that she has to do, is go off and tell him, hey, you need to get out of here. You're not supposed to be here yet. But she blinked. And after she had blinked, he was gone. He had completely disappeared.
Sorry about that, madam. I'll be departing now.
You were just not helping this. You were just making
I'm the comic relief.
That was not even comic. If that was comic relief, it was so cheesy that the viewers could smell it from where they're watching.
You're on your own, then, pal.
Okay, let's get to the good stuff. I'm kidding.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been holding
Ready to
out.
relegate my career.
Right? I know.
Let's get on with it.
So, yeah, like I said, she blinked and he had disappeared. So she believed that there were spirits in this building before, and since that happened, she's now even more convinced that's going on.
Spooky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start getting a list. So if I start talking like really lispfully, I apologize. It's gonna happen at some point.
Well, actually, no, you won't. Because this actually comes to the end of our story. This was a quick one, guys.
Hey, quickies are better than.
Well, I think about this. We've had a few long episodes the past few weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, the one about my investigation was around an hour long. Yours was probably
like 20, 30 minutes, wasn't it?
Yours was around 25, I think. So, and then
That was a lot longer than I was expecting, if I'm being
then
honest. But
Isabella and I had one that was also kind of like around a half hour. So this just gets to be a nice little quick one, just so this way we can get you out of the cold. It actually was okay. So this is weird because what was
are
it
you
yesterday?
feeling cold?
No, yesterday it was about 60 degrees.
It was really warm.
It was really warm.
Yeah,
and now
that's what I was like. Like it was sunny earlier today, and I was
and
like,
yet,
"How's
here's
this?"
the thing. I know that you don't believe in this urban legend. I absolutely do, which maybe we'll talk about in the future.
Okay.
Punxsutawney Phil, who is an urban legend of Pennsylvania, whether you like it or not. We were there. Sadly, we couldn't broadcast live because there were 60,000 people, but we did still record it, so that will, if it's not already uploaded, will.
There were shorts on it, I think.
Yeah, there were a couple shorts, but
Yeah.
we're going to upload the actual video that we got. So we're real close. He did predict another 6 more weeks of winter, so it kind of felt like we were going to have an early spring yesterday, and then we're back to the cold. So, I know.
Okay.
Maybe Phil's right. He's always right. I'm kidding.
Oh.
He's always right. However, some people say that his accuracy isn't as good as it should be. Yeah, stop looking at me with that face. But that is a different urban legend for maybe in the spring. We'll go up, we'll say hi to Phil, we'll go to Gobble
Stay
Stuff.
tuned.
Yeah. I know, right?
Oh.
Anyhow, that is what comes to the end of this one. So, guys, thanks for tuning in again for Unearthing the Unknown as we talk about the Palace Theater here in Greensburg. Here comes the bus.
Why
I'm just thinking that covered up I thought that if it was going to stop, we'd lose the palace. But that comes to the end of the episode. If I'm actually not sure what we're doing next week yet. I think we were still talking about that.
We're discussing. We're trying to find new ideas because we're fresh out of it with St. Vincent being.
Yeah, we're done with St. Vincent, so we got to expand.
It's not an easy stopping ground anymore.
Well, I'm still saying we do the stuff down in Pittsburgh. We definitely maybe.
But there are chances. We just got to find.
PA Thunderbird. Bigfoot.
We gotta find time to travel. That's the only thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start recording these on the weekends or on bulk. Yeah,
I think I think in bulk would do.
See what we can do. But anyhow, let's get
let's outro the video.
Yeah. This is going longer than what it should. This is now like administrative stuff.
All right. Let's
learning how to record a video through Unearthing Town.
That'll be our next show. How could you start your own podcast show?
Yeah, no, that's
anyway,
a different time.
yeah,
But
anyway.
Thanks for tuning. Tune in next week as we bring you another urban legend or mystery of Pennsylvania. Until then, I'm Matt Boyer.
And I'm Jacob Bacasa.
We'll see you guys next week. Hey there, listeners. I'm Matt Boyer, station manager of WSVC Radio. If you like what you're listening to, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button to be notified with all of our updates. Every day, one of our shows will be releasing a new episode. Stick around and tune in.